also given to the appeal about the letter from the hospital to the GPs, which allegedly referred to Addison's disease. The GP's records had been shown to Will Powell 3 days after his son's death. He says they contained a clinical summary sheet, and on the back was the Addison's letter, now missing. Reverend Thomas said the same. He gave evidence on oath, but in cross-examination he was accused of lying.
I feel very badly about that. Anyone who speaks the truth does not like to be told that he's lying. But you see, the point I'd have to make here would be simply this. I have nothing to gain from the evidence I've given. But if I have not spoken the truth, if in effect I've lied, I have a great deal to lose. So I have nothing to gain and a great deal to lose.
In evidence, it was claimed the alleged missing letter was sent from Morrison Hospital. Robbie had been a patient there in December 1989. The consultant there said he'd suspected Addison's disease and it would have been good practice to have sent such a letter, but he said he hadn't done so. Dr. William Forbes, the consultant, revealed he'd met the GPs some time after Robbie died, but could remember little about it. We've reconstructed part of his evidence.
You said that there were a number of doctors that came to the meeting. There were 4 before this tribunal.
Yes.
So far as you can recall, did each of them come to you?
I think all 4 came, yes.
And was it a matter of just you and the 4 doctors, or was anyone else present?
I don't think anybody else was present.
May I inquire if Dr. Flower was one of the doctors that came?
I think she was.
So there were 5 doctors present?
Yes.
When did it take place?
Well, I cannot remember exactly when it took place.
You are unable to know if it was sometime in November? Sometime in July? August? September? October? You are totally unable to help?
Totally unable to help you.
Can you tell us where it took place?
Yes, the meeting took place at Morrison Hospital.
The meeting was 1 month before the inquiry into whether or not any of these doctors or Dr. Flower had breached their terms of service. Isn't your recollection that any aspect of that meeting had anything to do with the forthcoming inquiry?
It's my recollection that there was nothing at the meeting was discussed about the forthcoming inquiry.
Now, I know it must be very difficult for you to remember everything that goes on in your practice, but would you tell us how often it is that 5 general practitioners come together for a meeting with you to discuss a death which has occurred several months earlier?
I think that would be a unique occasion.
Yes. And yet, may I respectfully submit to you, you seem to have a remarkably vague recollection of what took place.
Yes, I have a remarkably vague recollection of what took place.
Don't you find that rather surprising? Bearing in mind the uniqueness of the situation.
Well,
The Walsh